Hey, what is going on, guys? So today we're taking a look here at Bandai's Figurized Standard 1/12 scale Ultraman Suit version 7.3 fully armed. So this is of course just a variation of the version 7.3 suit that we saw before. So just being the fully armed version, as you can see, once again sporting some awesome box art here on the front of these boxes. If you haven't seen my review of the version 7.3 and the Type B kits before, definitely check those out because I really liked those. They're awesome kits, and this one will be too. So the main suit, as far as I know, is totally the same. It's just got the addition of some extra armaments and stuff in here included, which are pretty cool. So yeah. Just like with the previous two we reviewed, awesome box art here on the front. I love like the Ultraman text there on the side. You even got a little fully armed there as well. Let's go around here over to the side of the box. Just kind of the same artwork there, nothing really too special there on the side. Down here on the bottom of the box you can see just some images of the kit, just a painted sample. So it's got these really cool, what are those on there? I don't know, in the 1/6 scale version of this kit that I built up recently, not the Bandai version, the Dimension Studios one, they were Spacium Crushers. I'm not sure what they're called in this one though. I know they're a little bit different. So Bandai's, let's see if I can remember this correctly. I might have this backwards, but I think Bandai's are the weapons that were featured in, Bandai's are the designs from the anime, and then the Dimension Studios ones, the 1/6 scale kit that I reviewed not too long ago, those are based on the manga. So I think if that's correct, this is the design from the anime. So anyway, so it's got those big giant cannon things on its arms. It's also got some machine guns that are stored up on its back. So it should be pretty fun to pose that up. Although if you've seen my review of the previous two, these kits aren't the most posable just because they have a LED gimmick, which is cool. The LED gimmick is great, but it's very much restricts the articulation here in the center and the torso section of the body. So that means like the arms and legs move fine, but like the body is just a stiff block there. So it is a little bit restricting when it comes to posing this kit. But you can see it also comes with these cool, well at least, yeah, two of these. So these are rifles that look very similar to the one used by the B-type, sort of very just blocky style of that. Really cool though, I like that as well. And then these weapons here, which I believe are like pulled from the back of his head, something like that, right? That the regular 7.3 came with as well as the swords. So the original version of the kit just came with the swords and these bits here. Oh no, this is the longer sword, sorry. There's smaller ones that come out of the back of his head. Those I think maybe are probably also included in here, I would assume as well. Let's go around here to the other side. We'll see what all is included once we get the box opened up, but here's a little bit more about that. You can see a nice big back view of the kit there. And over here, just highlighting the molding of the kit. The red is molded in a high gloss red, and then the silver is molded silver, or not molded silver, it's kind of plated silver. So it all looks pretty nice. And then you are going to need a couple of batteries for the LED unit in here to light up the eyes. I know this price here on the box, but if I remember correctly, I think it's around 5,800 yen for the list price for this. So, $55, $60 for this. So it's a pretty expensive kit for a lot of reasons. Again, as we've discussed before, it comes with the LED unit, it's got the silver plating on it, and just the fact that it's Ultraman. I think Bandai is paying some licensing fees for that probably as well. So whatever, there's multiple reasons why it is how much it is, but I think if you're a fan of these, then they're definitely worth it. I mean, the kits look great. While, like I said, the posability is a little bit limited, they look awesome. So obviously we've just got a bunch of parts in here. A lot of that's going to be, of course, all the new weapons parts, and this artwork here for the manual is pretty awesome. That is some really cool artwork here for this. So that's one thing that I've really enjoyed about these kits, is just the artwork on the box and on the manuals as well. They have different artwork on the manual from the outside of the box, and all of them have been really cool. This one is pretty awesome as well. It looks pretty badass, all loaded up with weapons there in this sort of scene here. I like that a lot. So that's some awesome artwork. Would love a poster of that and some of this other stuff. That would be awesome, just to have a nice like poster set of the artwork from these kits. But anyway, alright, back to the back side of the manual. You got some information here, and everything's in Japanese and English, but the English is incredibly tiny on there. It says, adjustments were made to the control system of the 7 suit itself, used by Moroboshi when it was to be operated with additional armor. Although there aren't any changes in its appearance, the suit is referred to as the version 7.3 for convenience's sake. So yeah, I think the other one was just version 7, right? So this one is 7.3 just because of the added stuff. So It's got the, whoa, looks like those are maybe just extension barrels there for the EX rifle, and then the eye slugger, which is something that we saw before. And then we've got the layout for the stickers, so this is going to come with some sticker markings for this. There's a bunch of like really tiny ones. Those go around on the kits. I haven't really used them just because they don't really seem all that useful. But then we got the color guide there at the bottom as well. It's all listed in Japanese and in English. Alright, so let's see, somewhere in here we should have our parts list. I have to fold this all the way out. Up here, there is our parts list for that. Alright, and it looks like we are going to have a couple of leftover parts there on a couple of the runners. Those are maybe just ones that were used for a different version, but then it's just on all through all of the construction. Got a bunch of that all here in black and white, and then on the color pages, we've got some here as well. So the color pages basically covering the weapons, and weapons, and weapons, and then the lighting unit, it'll give you some instructions about that, and then the batteries for the LED and all of that, and then the base. So this will come with a base as well, which is pretty nice. It's pretty useful. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the actual runners, shall we? Alright, so first up, here is the foil sticker sheet for this kit, and whew, it's a pretty bad one. So that is one of the worst things about this kit, these kits. They're all, unfortunately, have been pretty sticker heavy. So the lack of articulation, I can kind of deal with that. You know, the amount of stickers that you need for these, if you want to go for like the full color accuracy, you know, it's got a lot of painting you got on your hands there. Or, you know, if you do want to use the stickers, yeah, you've got a lot of stickers to put on the kit. That said, the stickers do look fine once they're on the kit. I won't say that they look terrible, but it's got a lot of foil stickers. And then again, here's that sheet of just marking stickers. So again, just a lot of really tiny little ones that just are, you know, when you're getting that tiny and you're looking at the stickers markings on there, you're going to be noticing the outline of the stickers for these just as much as you're noticing the stickers themselves, just because how tiny the markings are. So not really the greatest for these either. Then we have our little LED unit here, just a single LED, and you just need, there's a button there on the back, and then the screw there for putting the batteries in. That's pretty much it, very simple. Aha! I was wrong, and this should be very much proof for you guys of how forgetful I am, is that the original version was not just version 7, it was 7.5, and this one is 7.3, so kind of I'm not really exactly sure why they would be counting down. But anyway, again, like I said, I'm not familiar with the manga or the anime, I've not seen it, so anyway, this is runner A1, and so you've got some parts on here. This is all just from the original kits, so this runner is marked just version 7.5, but again, you can see that nice silver coating on these. Looks really, really good. And then we do also have a runner A2, which is a copy of this half over here, so you will have those smaller blades included here as well, like the throwing ones that he pulls out the back of his head, so I've heard. And then we've got runner B in that nice, really sharp looking high gloss red here, B1 I should say. So this is once again just all parts from the original kit. And we do have a B2, which is a copy of this corner of the runner up there. Runner C1 is some joint parts and hand parts and stuff. This is all in this kind of dark gunmetal sort of color, so you got a nice kind of dark silvery shine for that as well. We do also have runner C2, which is a copy of this part of the runner here. Then we've got runner D, which is just a few clear yellow parts there for in the neck, behind the eyes, and then the visor there. Alright, and then runner E is our first new runner for this kit. It's just obviously some parts there for the weapons, and this isn't just kind of a standard medium gray color. We've got two of this E runner. These are marked 1/12 Ultraman Suit Ver.7.3 on the runners there. And then some more new weapons parts here on the F1 runner. We got some new hand parts there as well. I think those are just for holding the new weapons. And this runner is once again in that kind of dark gunmetal color. So then we do also have runner F2, which is a copy of this runner, all except for the hands. Runner G1 here is interestingly a new chest piece, so apparently that's going to be slightly different in the shape for that. And then we have runner G2, which is some more new parts here in silver. Now, because we have the new chest piece, but nothing really plugs onto the chest, and then these new parts here for the side, I'm wondering if these new parts will improve the articulation in the stomach section of this a little bit, even though it's still got the LED unit in there. Maybe these new parts free up a little bit of articulation in there, possibly. I haven't seen anything about that, but that's would be my guess, possibly, at the moment. But yeah, I'm not sure at the moment. We'll go over everything in the review, of course. And then we've got this clear ABS runner here, runner A, for just the base parts. So you've got that nice big base, and then some arms for posing the kit and the weapons and stuff like that on here as well. Alright, so that is it for the unboxing of version 7.3. I can't wait to get this built up. And do you guys, in the review, you want to see a comparison with the 1/6 scale version? Obviously, the styling of them is going to be a little bit different. The weapons are a little bit different and everything, and obviously just the size is going to be the main difference. But if you guys want, I'll try to include that in the review for this guy. As always, guys, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for their support. If you guys want to check out some Figurized Standard kits, Ultraman kits, or Gunpla kits, or anything else there on USA Gundam Store's site, the link is down below, and the coupon code there, ZakuAurelius10, is there as well. Use that to save yourself 10% off everything on their site. So if you guys have further questions or comments, of course, about this, feel free to leave those down below. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the review coming up next. Have a good one. Bye-bye.